NFL Offensive Player of the Year, two-time first-team All-Pro, two-time second-team All-Pro, six-time Pro Bowler, four-time NFL passing yards leader, two-time NFL passing touchdown leader, NFL completion percentage leader, all decades team 1980, San Diego Chargers 50th anniversary team, Chargers Hall of Fame, Chargers retired number 14, and all Pac-8. Before it was the Pac-10, before it became the Pac-12, before it's nothing now. Our main man, the legend himself, Dan Fouts, joins the show.
Well, good to be with you guys.
Mr. Fouts, how you doing, brother? I appreciate you joining.
How you doing?
Yeah, we're doing just fine, thanks.
Thanks for joining. I miss your voice on TV, man. I miss your voice calling these games, man. I miss your voice.
Well, I appreciate that. I had a pretty good run there with some great partners, and I miss it too, but I also will still be involved with the Chargers again this preseason and get to do a couple of their preseason games, so it's all good.
We got another legend that comes on our show every week, man, who's also retired or also in that 50 Hall of Fame Chargers roster, Eric Weddle, Super Bowl champ with the Ravens and Rams. So he comes on the show. He said to tell you hello. Love you guys, man. Love the Chargers, old school guys. Let me ask you right out the gate, man. Would you throw for 6,000 yards right now in today's NFL?
Show me the money. We can find out.
I think you can right now. 6,000 damn yards. I don't care what they say, man. As the NFL become, I don't know, is it harder to watch for you? It is for me as a quarterback and an ex-coach and an ex-quarterback. I'm watching it like, we got to lay him down. Troy Aikman actually calls it like it is. We got to lay him down now. It seems like Aikman said take the dresses off him or something. One broadcast, he took some heat for it. Where are we at with the actual change of the game as far as the position goes?
Well, I'm okay with it. I think it's entertainment, and it's very dramatic at times. And there's as Woody Hayes used to say, the old Ohio State coach, three things happen when you throw the ball: incomplete, intercepted, or complete. Well, I think the fact that it should be loaded a little bit heavier towards the completions because so many good things happen after. So, people are going to complain about things anyway, and this is still a very popular, if not the most popular game. And I enjoy watching it, and I enjoyed Troy stealing a line from Jack Lambert back in the day by saying you got to put dresses on the quarterbacks. Jack was saying that back when we played, and that was 100 years ago.
See. Each era is going to think the next era is it's softer than the one before. It's going to always continue.
Smitty, one question I got before Smitty asks you, Dan, let me ask you something. Charlie Joyner and Kellen Winslow, best combination wideout tight end ever?
Definitely in the top one. I'm going to say that they're the best. Both are Hall of Famers, and both. When you think about Kellen Winslow, he changed the position. He is now what coaches look for in a tight end, somebody that can be versatile enough to go out and play different positions with the speed and the size and the strength and the toughness. And what can you say about Charlie Joyner other than when he retired, he was number one in the most important categories, most catches, most yards, and most years as a wide receiver. So, those two really helped me a lot, obviously, during my career. But I had a lot of help because I had a lot of great players surrounding me.
No doubt.
100%. Let me ask you this. Does San Diego, do they need a team back in San Diego?
Yeah, but they're not going to get one anytime soon, I don't think. The stadium that they built is perfect for the Aztecs and the soccer team down there in San Diego. But as far as the NFL, I don't hear any rumors. I don't, see the Chargers ever going back there, which is a shame because the Chargers really made San Diego a big league city when they moved from Los Angeles back in the early 60s. So I know that a lot of the fans in San Diego still follow the Chargers, which is great, but they also still miss them greatly.
Dan, do you think that the partial, because a buddy of mine runs DV Sport, who's the film that the NFL and everybody uses for instant replay and everything, and he was telling me that in their last owners meetings, they're trying to, by 2030, And here's what he said. He's like, 2030, they want to get up to 40 football teams in the NFL. And that was on the last table of discussion. And they want to put 4 teams in Europe, 4 teams in the States, 4 new teams in the States, 2 more divisions, and then London and Germany, and then Spain and Mexico City. And then America's going to add Birmingham, Oakland, and St. Louis to the fold. Is that the main reason why you don't think San Diego will get it, expansion in the future, or no?
That's a good question, whether that all fits. I mean, that's really a huge undertaking there to make that happen. But the NFL and their owners are, they're gazillionaires for a reason. They don't make many mistakes. And
that was the reason he said that the NFL, the owners want that money. They want that expansion money, and that's something they can add to. I don't know. It's going to be interesting if that's what ends up happening. It's already global, Smitty, but will they be playing globally? We'll see. We already go over there every year, so.
Right. I feel like they're slowly trying to, tease us and get to that point to kind of see how it will work out. Let me ask you this, Dan. When you look at today's landscape and look at the quarterbacks today, is there anybody that reminds you of your game and your style and just kind of the way that you played it all?
No, I would never do that to anybody to compare myself. I mean, the one thing that I've got that none of these quarterbacks probably will never have, and that's monthly bills. So there's really nobody that I would compare myself to at this point.
That's a one-liner we got to say. We got to put that on a T-shirt. And Dan Fouts should not have any damn bills. Let me tell you.
That's a shame.
Let me ask some. You played for a guy who I tried to cater offense after, and when I became an OC and play caller later on as a coach, I was like, all right, Coach Ariel, Coach Coryell was my guy. How influential was Coryell offense and all that during the time that you threw for 4,000 yards, 3 straight years, and all the things? How much was Don Coryell and how much influence of that offense caught the NFL by storm, and how much did it help Dan Fouts?
Well, it caught the NFL by storm, but it also, if you remember history, I mean, he had the success in St. Louis with the Cardinals, with Jim Hart and the crew back there. And I think that what happened in 1978, they changed the rules a little bit about protecting the quarterback and, the no bump and run after 5 yards. So that opened things up. But we all know that the NFL and most sports leagues are copycat leagues. So when one team is having success, everybody wants to dive into it and see exactly what they're doing. And the key that we had, I think, is that we had superior personnel as far as the offense was concerned, a great offensive line, and outstanding receivers. We talk about Joyner and Winslow. Well, don't forget about Chandler and Jefferson. And then you add in a Chuck Muncie and a James Brooks, a little Train James and a Gary Anderson, and tight ends Eric Sievers and Pete Holohan. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, I should have completed every pass I threw.
No doubt. I became really good friends with Chuck Muncie, man. Unfortunately, before he passed, but a great guy. He used to be at Compton College, where I grew up all the time back in the day with legends that actually played at the JUCO level. But got to meet him and know him a long time. Him and Greg Townsend and all these other guys that grew up and went to Compton College, and all these other guys that were JUCO guys. We were like, man, what a great dude. Big time back at that time. Nobody realized how big and physical he was, and everyone talks about nowadays. And I'm like, man, you guys got to watch Chuck Muncie run and play. I don't think people realize how different he was at the position, but that's interesting. Let me ask you this. You think a chat member wanted to ask you something I was going to actually get to. You calling games for so long after your career was over playing, what have you seen when it comes to this gambling thing and this, DraftKings and all these things, the huge money that has become sport? We're putting the logos on the NFL, end zones and DraftKings and all this stuff. Do you think it's affecting the games at all? So much betting, and now we're suspending players for betting, and all kind of different things are going on. How much has betting kind of changed the game?
Well, I'm really interested in what you said about that because, back in the day, we were forbidden to even go to a sports bar. In fact, they didn't even have sports bars back then. To certain bars that were known to have gamblers frequent. And now you have owners that are invested in the different gambling sites. And, you know, I think it's a dangerous situation, but I don't really see it changing the game. I mean, how can a gambler really influence a player to throw a game or to make a difference in a game when the player's already making $20 million a year? So I think that the money that the players make now, you know, they're not going to, you know, risk that. I mean, that's lifetime money there. So, but there is some gray area there, and I think we'll just have to wait and see.
No doubt.
No doubt. No, 100% here.
Crazy.
I want to go back to a moment in your career. If I'm not mistaken, you played in the coldest game in NFL history. They call it the Freezer Bowl. Can you take us back, you know, to that game, to that moment? And listen, I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. Played, you know, high school, college ball. I played in some cold games, but the Freezer Bowl. Can you talk about this? How, like, what those conditions were like, and how that affected you and just the teams in general out there during that game?
Well, it really affected my memory because I don't remember a thing. So thanks for the question. So, but to be honest with you, it was cold, you know, major shrinkage there. But the thing about the day is that it was so windy. And that old stadium, Riverfront Stadium, was a circular stadium. And it was right on the Ohio River. And the one big tunnel that led out onto the field had a door that they could open, like a draw-up door, when the Bengals had the wind to their back. And when we're going into the wind, it was always a tough thing. Those are my excuses. Kenny Anderson outplayed the Chargers. He outplayed me that day. He was brilliant, and the Bengals deserved to win.
Damn. Let me ask you, there's an ongoing thing. Kenny Anderson, the left-handed slinger, huh? Let me ask you.
No.
Oh, that's right. Kenny.
He was a right-handed
You're
slinger.
right. Yep, you're right. You're right. I'm thinking of Boomer. Let me ask you something real quick to that point. When we talk about the current game right now, I'm just asking about quarterback because you played it. There's an ongoing discussion that's viral out here about winning quarterbacks. Got the guys on the conversation of the Mount Rushmore have to win a ring or have had to win a ring. Where are you at with this? Like, you got yourself and Dan Marino and all these greats, and we're sitting there weighing rings versus skill set, in my opinion, and eras. I think you have to discuss the eras. How much credit or weight do you put on this winning a ring thing when it comes to quarterback?
Well, I think it's very important, and I think it's paramount because that's why you play the game, and that's why you're the quarterback to lead your team to victories. You know, you look back on things, and obviously there's no ring here on this finger because I never played in a Super Bowl. Warren Moon and I are in the Hall of Fame, and both of us never played in a championship or a Super Bowl game. He did win a whole bunch up in Canada, which is awesome. But as far as the NFL is concerned, that's only two. So to answer your question, the ring is important. There's no question about it. And I congratulate all those that have got them. All I can say about my team is that we gave it our best.
No doubt. It was a pleasure to watch you guys, man. You and Marino and all the guys that people always want to talk about. Last thing I have, Smitty, before you go, and we'll get you out of here, Dad. I can't thank you enough. Aaron Rodgers is returning for one last hoorah, he says, going to Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin, to me, is a top 5 coach. He never fails to make the playoffs, but they haven't won a big game or a playoff game in a while. How much how much expectation do you have out of Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers team this year?
Well, I think he'll make them better. They've had trouble at that position since Roethlisberger. But I don't like the rent-a-cop type of situation where you're just there for a short time. And he's got great talent. you know, his leg gave out on him with the Jets, which was really unfortunate because it looked like the Jets were going to have a good year with him as their quarterback. But that's part of the game, and that's part of the game when you get up in age and the body breaks down.
Is he a top 5 ball spinner all time?
Pardon me?
Is he a top 5 ball spinner of all time to you?
He can throw it. I know that. If that's what you're talking about, just the rare
just
talent to throw the ball. I mean, I broadcast the game with Keith Jackson when he was at Cal playing USC, and I think he completed his 22 in a row to start the game and only missed one pass the whole game. So we were both shocked and amazed and really admired how good he was back then at Cal.
Man, miss hearing you and Keith together, man. That was iconic, man. I can't thank you enough for hopping on here, man. Smitty, you got anything left for Dan?
This is my last question. Dan, will Coach Harbaugh bring the Chargers a Super Bowl victory during his tenure as a head coach?
I think the question is tenure. How long will his tenure be? I definitely has them in the right direction. 11 and was 11-6 last year in his first year, and it's all about groceries now. He's able to get his go to the store and buy his own groceries and play with those guys, and we'll see the Harbaugh stamp each and every game now on that team, and I think they're starting to look very impressive and could be a real dark horse coming up this season.
No doubt. Dan, I can't thank you enough, man. It was an honor and a pleasure. Hopefully we can have you on again maybe during the season. And anything you got going on now? What do you got in the fire now? Anything going on?
I got to check the fireplace, okay?
Love it. Hey, appreciate you, Dan.